AWS makes numerous major announcements on AI at reInvent. European Journalist Federation vows to leave X. China punches back against U.S. sanctions by restricting exports of key materials needed in technology and defense applications. And ChatGPT has a list of people it won't discuss. Welcome to #Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. At AWS reInvent 2024, Amazon Web Services announced the release of Trainium 2-powered EC2 instances, delivering up to 40% better price performance compared to GPU-based instances. The new Trainium 2 chips are optimized for training and deploying large language models, providing up to 20.8 petaflops of compute performance. AWS also introduced TRN2 Ultra servers, which combine 4 Trainium 2 servers into a single system, offering 83.2 petaflops of compute for large-scale AI tasks. Looking ahead, AWS previewed its Trainium 3 chip, expected in late 2025, boasting 4 times the performance of the current Ultra servers. AWS is collaborating with companies like Anthropic, Databricks, and Hugging Face to enhance their AI models using Trainium 2 hardware. Adobe and Qualcomm are also among early adopters, with Adobe reporting significant cost savings during initial testing and Qualcomm using Trainium 2 for edge AI applications. AWS is also launching the Neuron SDK, a software toolkit for optimizing AI models on Trainium hardware, with support for frameworks like PyTorch and JAX. Trainium 2-powered instances are now available in the U.S. East, the Ohio region, with wider availability planned. Ultra servers remain in preview mode. And in another announcement at reInvent, AWS announced major updates to its Amazon Bedrock platform, aiming to simplify the creation and deployment of generative AI applications. One highlight is automated reasoning checks designed to minimize AI hallucinations, critical for sectors like healthcare and finance, where accuracy is paramount. PwC is also leveraging this feature to develop reliable AI assistants, which they think will enhance client trust and decision-making. AWS also unveiled model distillation, enabling users to shrink large AI models into smaller, cost-efficient versions without significant accuracy loss. This innovation offers models that run 500% faster and 75% cheaper, according to AWS. Bedrock now also supports multi-agent coordination for complex workflows, enabling AI agents to collaborate seamlessly. AWS said that Moody is using this feature to enhance risk analysis, allowing agents to focus on specialized tasks for more accurate assessments. AWS emphasized Bedrock's broad model selection, including Anthropic, Meta, and in-house Nova models, claiming that it made Bedrock a much more versatile tool for businesses integrating generative AI. It will be interesting to watch how the other players in the industry respond to these competitive challenges. You remember when Twitter was the go-to platform for breaking news? Well, those days might be numbered. In a dramatic move, Europe's largest journalism organization is about to pull the plug on X, formerly Twitter. The European Federation of Journalists, representing over 295,000 journalists across 44 countries, has announced they're leaving the platform on January 20th, 2025. The timing isn't coincidental. It's the same day as Donald Trump's presidential inauguration, a figure they say exemplifies their concerns about the platform in spreading disinformation. We can no longer ethically participate in a network transformed into a machine of disinformation and propaganda, said EFJ General Secretary Ricardo Guiterres. The organization joins major media outlets like The Guardian in abandoning the platform over concerns about its direction under Elon Musk's leadership. But here's why this matters beyond the headlines. Twitter originally rose to prominence as the internet's real-time news feed. With journalists potentially leading a mass exodus, the platform faces a crucial test. Blue Sky appears to be positioning itself as the natural successor, but the race for Twitter's former crown is far from over. The key question isn't about losing 295,000 journalists, although that's a lot of people. It's about whether their audiences will follow them to the new platforms, potentially triggering a broader migration that could reshape the social media news landscape. In a significant escalation on the ongoing tech trade war, China has announced a sweeping ban on exports of critical materials essential for semiconductor manufacturing and high-tech applications. The ban specifically targets gallium, germanium, antimony, and other key materials with potential military applications. What makes this so particularly significant? The United States currently sources almost half of its gallium and germanium directly from China. These materials, while produced in relatively small quantities, are crucial components in manufacturing computer chips for mobile phones, cars, solar panels, and military technology. China's move comes as a direct response to expanding U.S. restrictions on semiconductor-related exports and the addition of 140 predominantly Chinese companies to America's restricted entity list. The ban also extends to super hard materials, including synthetic diamonds, which are vital for industrial applications like cutting tools and protective coatings. China's Commerce Ministry is implementing strict licensing requirements for these exports, effectively giving Beijing control over the supply chain. Industry reaction has been swift. The China Semiconductor Industry Association warns these restrictions are disrupting supply chains and inflating costs for American companies, even suggesting that the U.S. chip products are no longer safe and reliable. With both nations citing national security concerns, this latest development signals a deepening of the technological divide between the world's two largest economies. If you've ever had ChatGPT suddenly stop working when you mention something like a certain name, you're not alone. A fascinating discovery has been circulating on the internet and revealing that OpenAI's chatbot has a list of forbidden names that cause it to completely shut down conversations. The phenomenon first came to light with Brian Hood, an Australian mayor who threatened to sue OpenAI over ChatGPT falsely claiming he had been imprisoned for bribery. In reality, Hood was a whistleblower who exposed corporate misconduct. After settling the case in April 2023, OpenAI apparently added his name to a hard-coded filter list. Since then, researchers have identified several other names that trigger similar shutdowns, including prominent legal scholars Jonathan Turley and Jonathan Zittrain. When users mention these names in any context, ChatGPT responds with, "I'm unable to produce a response," before terminating the session. While this might seem like a simple solution to prevent defamation, security experts warn it could create serious problems. Prompt engineer Riley Goodside has already demonstrated how these filters could be exploited for denial-of-service attacks, potentially disrupting ChatGPT's ability to process entire websites or conversations. Perhaps most concerning is the impact on people who share these blocked names. Imagine being named David Mayer, a fairly common name that was temporarily blocked, and finding yourself unable to use ChatGPT for everyday tasks. OpenAI says they've since fixed this particular glitch, but in a test we found that ChatGPT would not process a file with this list of names included. The incident raises important questions about how AI companies should balance legal protection with practical usability, and it also raises questions that we discussed on our AI show last Saturday. Who will it be that decides what information AI systems will and will not disclose? That's our show for today. Reach me at editorial@technewsday.ca. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a wonderful Wednesday.